So, you're finally doing it. You're getting your first motorcycle. And man, what a feeling that is. It's this amazing mix of pure excitement. But also, let's be real, it can be a bit of a minefield. You're scrolling through ads, your heart's pounding, but your brain is just trying to keep up. Well, we're going to cut through all that noise and help you get on the right bike without any of that dreaded buyer's remorse. Right off the bat, this is the first battle every single new rider faces. Your heart sees that poster bike from your youth, a 90s superbike that just looks incredible and has that screaming engine sound. But then your head taps you on the shoulder, whispering about things like reliability, what the insurance is going to cost, and can you actually handle that thing in city traffic? It's the classic tug of war, right? The bike that looks amazing versus the one that's actually smart. And look, this quote just says it all. This new rider, Joseph, he went with his heart. He bought this absolutely gorgeous 1999 Kawasaki. But when he actually rode it back to back with modern starter bikes, he was brutally honest about it. He admitted that 2 decades of technology makes a massive difference. A modern bike would have been so much easier to learn on. His experience is a huge lesson for all of us. Okay, so if it's not all about the cool factor and screaming engines, what should you really be looking for? Let's break down the stuff that's truly non-negotiable, the things that will actually build your confidence up instead of completely shattering it. This right here is number 1. Seriously, forget horsepower for a minute. Can you sit on the bike and comfortably get both of your feet flat on the ground? If you can, you're going to feel stable and in control at traffic lights, on weird cambers, everywhere. But if you're on your tiptoes, every single stop becomes a mini panic attack. Getting your feet down is the absolute foundation of your confidence. Next up, power. You need enough juice to get on a motorway without feeling like a sitting duck, but not so much that one clumsy twist of the throttle sends your heart into your throat. That sweet spot is usually in the 400 to 650 cc range, often a parallel twin or a single-cylinder engine. Why? Because they deliver power smoothly, predictably. A supersport, on the other hand, feels like a light switch. It does nothing, and then bam, it explodes with power. That is a recipe for disaster when you're just learning the ropes. Look, your first bike needs to start every single time. You want to be focusing on your riding, not trying to figure out some weird electrical issue on the side of the A406. This is exactly why the big 4 Japanese brands are the undisputed kings of first bikes. They are as reliable as an anvil, parts are cheap and easy to find, and any mechanic knows how to work on them. You can save that exotic Italian dream bike for later on in your riding career. Okay, I'm going to say this as clearly as I possibly can. Your first bike must have anti-lock brakes. There is no debate on this. As a new rider, your instinct in a panic situation when a car pulls out in front of you is to just grab a massive handful of brake. Without ABS, that locks the front wheel and you are going down. It happens in a split second. ABS stops that from happening. It keeps you upright. It is the single most important safety feature, period. Walk away from any bike that doesn't have it. All right, so we've covered the specs of the bike. Now let's get into the part that often gets shoved to the side until it's too late, the cold hard cash. Because getting on the road is about a whole lot more than just the price you see on the advert. The age-old question. People will argue about this one for days. But for a first bike, honestly, there is one single piece of advice that just cuts through all the debate and makes this decision incredibly simple. And there it is. This is not me trying to scare you, it's just a rite of passage. It'll probably be a silly, slow speed drop in a car park or maybe even on your own driveway. Now, dropping a 3,000-pound used bike that already has a little mark on it, you'll shrug, pick it up, and get on with your life. Dropping a brand new, shiny 7,000-pound machine, that hurts. It hurts your soul, your pride, and your bank account when you get the bill for a new fairing. Just buy used. And this is so important. The price of the bike itself is only half the story. As you can see here, insurance for a new rider can be a massive chunk of your budget. It can be eye-watering. Then you need proper gear, helmet, jacket, gloves, boots, and good stuff isn't cheap. And that's all before you've even paid for tax, petrol, or basic maintenance. You have to budget for the total cost of getting on the road. Right then, you've made the excellent choice to buy a used bike. So how do you make sure you're getting a well-loved machine and not some neglected wreck that's just going to cause you headache after headache? Here's a really simple process to follow. Before you even get in the car, ask about the service history and if they have the V5C logbook. When you get there, have a good look around the bike while the engine is cold.
Then, and only then, get them to start it up and just listen for any weird clunks or rattles. A test ride is an absolute must. And finally, check that the paperwork all matches up with the bike and the seller. And these are your hard and fast red flags. These aren't points to haggle over. These are signs to just say, thanks for your time and leave immediately. No V5C logbook is the biggest one. The bike could be stolen. A seller who won't let you ride it is hiding something. And just trust your gut. If a deal feels off, it probably is. There are always other bikes out there. Finally, let's talk about this single biggest mindset shift you can make. This one idea takes all the stress out of the decision, and it brings us right back to that head versus heart debate we started with. This is it. Your first bike is not your dream bike. It is not your forever bike. It's a tool. It's the machine you're going to use to build skills, to make your first mistakes on, and to figure out what kind of rider you're actually going to be. You might think you want a sports bike right now, but after a year of commuting, you might realize you actually want a comfy adventure bike. You just can't know that yet. And that is the perfect way to look at this whole thing. Don't stress out over finding the one perfect bike. Buy a sensible, reliable, used Japanese bike that fits you well. Ride it for a year or two, and then, with all that real-world experience, you'll be able to make a properly informed heart choice for your second bike. See? The smart head choice now actually makes that future heart choice possible. By taking all that pressure off yourself, the whole process just becomes fun again. It's the first step on an incredible journey. So the real question isn't, what's your dream bike? The question is, what's the right tool you're going to pick up to learn the skills, build your confidence, and begin your own amazing adventure on two wheels? Go find it.